Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the kitchen. Today we're going to make dill deviled eggs. In my quest to make deviled eggs, I am going to be doing lots of different versions of it to try to find the best one that I like. So this one is a dill one with fresh dill, ground black pepper, salt, Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, and capers. I personally love capers, and I will be chopping them up finely and mixing this whole entire thing together. So here is our beautiful dill. Now obviously this is a lot, and hopefully we'll have another recipe to use it. If not though, I'm going to dry it out, and then that way I'll have, freshly dried dill to use for recipes. This does go bad in the refrigerator quickly, so when you store it, I usually wrap it up in a paper towel, and that helps keep it in the refrigerator. So I have it in the produce bag, wrapped in a paper towel, and that will help keep it longer, but it doesn't stay too long. So as you can see, there's already some of it's going bad. So please, whenever you buy dill, use it up quickly. All right, we've got to get our eggs hard boiled, so we're gonna put them on the stove. For our dill deviled eggs, we're gonna do 18 because we have quite a crowd here to feed. So we wanna cover this with enough water to cover, and we're gonna add a tablespoon of white vinegar and a tablespoon of kosher salt to this, and that will help bring the water up to a boil and also help the eggshell, when we're trying to peel it, it helps make it easier to peel. Now the other thing is also I used eggs that were close to the expiration date. I bought them a week ago, and here's the 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And what I found out the last time we did this is that the eggs that are older peel easier. So I bought extra eggs last week, much more than I needed, and I'm using those today to make the deviled eggs. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be much easier to peel. We're gonna bring it to a boil, and then we're gonna keep it at a rolling boil for 9 minutes. After the 9 minutes, we will shock it in a bowl of cold water to stop the cooking. Sink, where I already have a bowl with cold water in it, and we're gonna shock the eggs so they stop cooking, and by putting them into the bowl with cold water. If you have ice at home, of course, please put some ice in there. I don't have any ice. Dill is a very delicate herb, and so I find the best way to chop it up is actually just to use scissors and snip it. Using a chef's knife is fine, but sometimes it bruises or damages the delicate herb, and so I find just to use my kitchen scissors works very, very well. I've peeled all of our eggs, and again, they were much easier to peel because the eggs were older. I had bought them over a week ago and sat them in the refrigerator, and that really helped so that they were much easier to peel, and they peeled beautifully. So now we're gonna cut them in half and take out the yolk. So just simply cut it in half, and all you have to do is pop out the yolk. Or you can use a spoon to help you, but since I'm holding the camera with one hand, I have to do it with one hand. All of our yolks are in our bowl. We're doing 12. Our recipe is for 12. I had cooked 18, and all of them came out very well, so I'm just gonna reserve the 6 for another recipe. We're doing 12, and we have our ingredients in here. All of our yolks, our 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, I'm gonna increase that to 2 teaspoons of fresh dill, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of the Dijon mustard. And here are 2 tablespoons of capers, and I wanna chop them up very, very fine. So I'm gonna use a knife, I'm gonna get those chopped up. We have all of our ingredients into our mix, and I'm just gonna use a fork and press this down, break up all of the yolks. I finely chopped those capers because I'm planning on piping this into the eggs. So I want to make sure it's nice and finely chopped so I won't have any trouble when I'm piping this. Whenever you're creating a recipe, always want to taste as you go. And I just tasted this and it was not smooth enough, so I actually added another tablespoon of mayonnaise, and now it's to my liking. So we ended up with a 1/4 cup of mayo. All right, so I'm gonna get this into the piping bag and then get this into our egg. Our filling in the piping bag, and I put a star tip on the front, and we're gonna pipe this into our egg whites. And we just wanna pipe it up, a small little mound at the top. We're gonna fill all of these, and then we will garnish it with some dill. To finish it off, we're gonna put a sprig of dill on each one as a garnish. Here are our finished deviled eggs, dill deviled eggs. And we used 2 tablespoons of capers, finely chopped, a half a cup of mayonnaise, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons of fresh dill, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, an 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper for 12 eggs. That was absolutely delicious. I love them. We just had a taste and they are wonderful. So I hope this inspires you to make some dill deviled eggs at home and enjoy having fun in the kitchen. Thank you, everybody. Bye. For more recipe demonstrations, please click like and subscribe to Chef Victoria Loves YouTube channel and have fun in the kitchen. Thank you.